One of the worst things that you can do is just go into court and decide you're going to plead guilty. Yes, that gets rid of the short-term anxiety of court, but then the doubts set in afterwards when you can relax and you've now been disqualified and you wonder to yourself, well, maybe there was something there, I should have checked that. And you got to live with that for the next 2 years, or in some cases 3 years. So it makes sense, at the very least, to test the evidence with a solicitor to make sure that it's above board. And if there is no grounds to contest the case, well then fine. If you wish, then you can enter a plea of guilty, and it won't have detained the case for too long. But pleading guilty to something which carries such a huge penalty straight away without at least getting some legal advice on it is not very sensible. What's it like inside the Garda station? It's different to what you know or expect. Your only expectation of what goes on inside there is from TV, and that's really wrong. Because once you get in there, there are a couple of different things that are going to hit you straight away. Smells you're not familiar with, noises you're not familiar with. You've been asked to walk down this long corridor with maybe flickering lights down to where an interview room is, and there's people inside in cells that are screaming and roaring and threatening guards. And if you're not used to that environment, and most people aren't, that's really destabilizing. So you're already destabilized as soon as you get into the interview room. You had this idea in your head about what it's going to be like and what you're going to say, but now you're frazzled by the sounds, the smells, the sights in this place, and now you're facing two guys who are going to ask very tough questions of you. And in that environment, it's hard to think straight, but you need to think straight, because if you don't, and they get you to sign something, you're in trouble. There's no coming back from that. It is legal advice, but a lot of times it's not. It's just talking to the person. That's what they want. They want you to speak to them. It doesn't seem very complicated. It doesn't seem very highfalutin, but it's as simple as that. If you give people the time, your time, and make time for them, they'll appreciate that. And that's usually what they want. Now, they want to know that you know what you're talking about. You have to know what you're talking about. But if you can combine those two things, skill level and I suppose empathy and understanding, that goes an awful long way. People appreciate that. And that's what I try and do.